Everyone, and welcome to this video. So this is a brand new module, and in this module we are going to discuss about feedbacks. What are feedbacks and why are feedbacks so important in the design process? So first let's understand what essentially are known as feedbacks. So feedbacks basically are the comments or the reviews or the emotions that you get from your client, from your customer, based on the product that you have created or designed. Let's take the context of designing in this case because that is what exactly you're doing. Okay. So, whenever your clients are either happy or they are not happy, or they are satisfied or they are not satisfied with a particular product that you have created, or a particular user flow that you have made, or a design or a prototype, whatever you have made, the clients or your customers, or it can even be your team members or your peers, they can also give their feedbacks or reviews, or they can just convey that whether they like it or they do not like it, what else they would like to see on that particular page, how this user flow can be improved, what are the plus points, what are the minus points, okay, and all of that. So all of these, it includes feedback. Now, feedback is very important thing in the design process because, as we have already said, that designing is a collaborative process. Most of the times, you will be designing in a team, you will be designing for a client, and you will be designing for a product that is going to be a real-time product that is going to be launched in the marketplace. So you need to get the proper feedback from your clients, or you can also have some test customers, right? That who can do all the testing for your products that you are creating, and they can just say that this is working fine and this is not working fine. Which component of your product is very visually pleasing, which is not visually pleasing, and so on. So all of these are feedbacks. Now, feedbacks can either be in the form of some text, like people can just send you some text in emails, or maybe they can just text you that this is working fine or this is not working fine, I'm happy with it or I'm not happy with it, and so on. They can also like add comments, they can also like add some other form of feedback, like they can add they can add some images as well, telling that these are the areas of improvement. Like they can just give you provide screenshots of your product that you have created, and they can just point out there that it's not how I wanted this to look, and this is working fine, this is not working fine, and so on. So all of these come under feedback. So let's see what Google says, that information about reactions to a product, a person's performance of a task, etc., which is used as the basis for improvement. So this is what feedback is, right? So this is basically the reaction to a product, to anything that you create, and also your performance, a particular person's performance of a task, etc., which can be used or which should be used as a basis for improvement, right? So, why are feedbacks important? Feedbacks are very important, especially in the designing workflow, because as we know that designing is a collaborative process. You need to constantly collaborate with your team. You need to constantly consult your client, your customers, or any fellow designers um, who you work with, or something like that, so that you can just get a constant feedback that whether you are going in the right direction or not, or whether you should change a particular thing in your design or something like that. Okay, it's very important that you get feedbacks and also you keep working on those feedbacks. So it also helps you to grow as a designer. So more feedbacks you get, more you are going to, ponder on that feedback, more you are going to contemplate that what should be done to make this design even more better, how I can achieve what the client wants and all that. So you will do more research and development on your particular design, and in that way, ultimately you're just going to grow as a designer. Okay. Now, feedbacks can actually be of two types. The first one is a constructive feedback, and that is basically the positive feedback. So it does not necessarily mean that it's always going to say that I'm very happy with your work. It can also say that I'm actually not happy with your work, but it's not going to be, the tone of the feedback is not going to be that direct, right? Like, let's see what's the definition. So it says that constructive feedback is a supportive feedback, okay, given to the individuals. It reveals to help identify the solutions to areas of weaknesses they may have. Therefore, it comes with a positive intention, and it is used as a supportive communication tool to address some specific issues or concerns. So it does not necessarily mean that it's always going to say that I'm very happy with your work. It is also going to point out your mistakes, but in a very amicable tone, in a very supportive tone, because the main intention or the basic intention of a constructive feedback is always improvement. Okay, the client also, or the person who is giving you the constructive feedback at the end, wants you to improve, and also the product that you are designing to be improved, right? So this is the first kind of feedback. And the next type of feedback, which is not very pleasant, is basically the destructive feedback. So let's see what it says. That destructive feedback points out at the faults and is a direct attack on the individual, right? So in destructive feedback, no practical advice or supportive feedback is given. Examples of destructive feedback include, you are wrong, or this is not how you should do things here. So this also is going to point out the mistakes, and normally it's just going to point out the mistakes only. It's not going to appreciate your work, or it's not going to support anything that you have done. And also the tone here is very harsh and very direct. Okay, so most of the times it can be pretty hurtful and unpleasant. So, you know what is going to be our prime focus is getting the maximum constructive feedback from the people who really matter, like the clients, like your peers, like the fellow designers, or maybe your customers, and how to work on these constructive feedbacks for our own improvement as well as the improvement of the end product. So, this is what exactly we will be discussing in the next video. So, this is all for this one. Let's meet you there. Thank you.